On this Tuesday as a countdown to this holiday season just keeps on going, right? And of course, it can bring a lot of joy, but it can also bring a whole lot of stress.
Absolutely. Between the financial pressure of everything, gift giving, family gatherings, and time running out, like Tamsin mentioned, it is no wonder that 38% of folks out there say their stress increases during the holiday season. That can, of course, lead to bigger problems like physical illness, depression, anxiety, and substance abuse.
All right, so let's talk about it because we want to get somebody in to help us out and manage our holiday stress. Author and speaker Paula Rizzo is here to talk all about it. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you.
Hello, good to see you. Let's talk lists.
Yeah, well, let's jump into it. So we've known for a long time you have been a big believer in making lists. Why do you think this is key, especially right now, to keeping stress in check?
Burnout is a real thing. And just being able to put things down on paper and getting it out of your head makes the world feel a little lighter and a little bit easier. And you're actually 33% more likely to do something when you write it down. So if you take that into account and start thinking about, okay, let me stop fretting about this and actually write down what I need to do, it does change things for you. So that is my step one, is to just do a mind dump of all the things you need to do, gifts you need to buy, places you need to go, whatever it is that's related to the holidays, separate from all of your other to-dos, all of your other work to-dos. Don't jumble them all together. Let's have a separate list, just for some holiday stuff.
Right. And Paul, let's be honest, the thought of a list can actually make some people break out into cold sweats right now. So let's talk about how we can handle the holiday list. You have 4 tips. What are they?
Yes. So it is about small lists. Okay. So first is making a plan. So have all of the things that you need to do. Let's talk about, gifts. Make a list of all the gifts that you need to buy, right? Just have that list ongoing. And I don't want you to make it on, the night before you have to go out. This should be something that you're doing along the way, right? Starting a little bit earlier, which is another one of my tips, but, being able to make that plan and then set it into motion. And another thing that you can do is to have a bunch of gifts that you give out to everybody. You don't have to be, so curated with every single thing. I like to come up with a couple of gifts that I like to give every year. Things that maybe I've gotten that I was really delighted with and really excited throughout the year. And I keep an ongoing list throughout the year of those types of gifts. Or if a friend says to me, hey, I really love this thing, or I need that thing, I make notes of that. So batch some of those gifts. It's okay if people get the same sort of gift, they'll be just as delighted, and you won't be as stressed out trying to think of a million different gifts for a million different people.
Yeah. I love a good throw.
I
throw
know.
is a great batch gift.
Oh, that's good. That's really smart. I got a makeup eraser today, which I thought was really
brilliant.
Kind of a fun little stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could all use kind of that extra set of hands to help out, especially when we say we should have already been making our list by now, which I'm going to do as soon as I'm off the air. But you say, are there services you can actually tap into and help out?
There are. Well, and I know that you teased a story about, college kids are looking for some work to do. So maybe you can grab a college kid who needs a little extra dough, but there are actual services out there to outsource some of these things. You can use a service called TaskRabbit, which I like very much. They will do, physical tasks for you. So if you need someone to wrap the gifts, they'll do that for you. If you want someone to research and to buy the gifts, they can do that as well. Wow. There's another service called Fancy Hands that I like. They only do virtual things. So they could help you to research, right? Maybe you want to find the best deal on something, right, but you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of having to do that work. You could, pay a nominal fee to have somebody else do it. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
So they won't make our list for us, though. We have to do that work.
No, you have to do
You'll find what's on it.
Okay. Paula, you also recommend we start thinking ahead and start early. So maybe if we miss the boat this year, maybe we start at the top of 2022 in January. Are we really going to do that?
Look, as you're doing this now, start thinking about next year, because you're going to be a little overwhelmed at that point too. I always look to one date that I try to use as my anchor. So it used to be August, because that's when my birthday is. But now that we have express shipping and things like that, you don't have to start all that early. I start to think about it right around back to school. When I start to see the back to school sales, I think, oh, would somebody I know like that gift? Let me start a little list. So I have this ongoing list of ideas and thoughts, and it doesn't become so overwhelming at the end of the year if I'm curating and doing this as I go along. It's kind of always in the back of my head and, on a list somewhere.
This is a great drinking game segment.
Right.
Every time you hear the word list.
Do it.
I was just thinking about it. My mindset is like, I have 3 more weeks until Christmas. I feel like I have some time.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrible? I got to get my mindset straight is what I got to get straight with that, right?
Yeah.
Paula, thank you so much.
The list
we're going to have
queen.
you back, I think, in January. Is that right?
Yes,
we're going to talk
right.
to you
Yes,
again about getting ready for your, or maybe it's the end of this month, to get ready for the new year, because that's going to be
Yes.
important.
Absolutely.
All
Happy
right.
list making.
And where can
Thank
people
you.
find you if they're looking for you?
You go to paularizzo.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you. Thank
you.
you.